Hi there. Welcome back to our newsletter. August full script brain boost picks, of course, with a focus on Bacopa Monnieri and methylated B vitamins. These are all nature's cognitive enhancement, and you put them together, and they're a dynamic duo. So, we're going to dive into a fascinating combination, right? These two together. It's gaining serious attention in the world of cognitive enhancement. Bacopa Monnieri, which is a beautiful water plant. I have it in my aquarium. I do. It's from Ayurveda. Um, these are not just trendy supplements, folks. They're backed by compelling research showing real benefits for focus, attention, and learning. Right? Makes you smarter. Before we get into this fascinating information, I want to make sure you understand that I'm not covering all the items that I'm recommending for boosting your brains that are in full script. Um, I will be, it's just way too much to cover. But I definitely will talk more about gotu kola and lion's mane and other herbs and nutraceuticals in future newsletters and podcasts. So keep an eye out for those if you're interested in supporting yours or someone else's brain health. Okay, so what makes the combination of Bacopa and methylated B complex particularly interesting is that they work through different but complementary mechanisms. Bacopa enhances neural communication and protects brain cells, while methylated B vitamins ensure your brain's fundamental biochemical processes are running optimally. So let's explore why this duo might be exactly what your brain needs or someone else's brain, right? Bacopa Monnieri is really this incredibly ancient brain enhancer. It's known as Brahmi, and it's been used in Ayurvedic medicine for thousands, and I mean thousands. We're talking somewhere like 2,500 to 3,000 years as a memory enhancer and neural tonic. So we love the tradition, but what does modern science tell us about this remarkable herb? The magic lies in compounds called bacosides, specifically bacoside A and B. These triterpenoid saponins are responsible for most of Bacopa's cognitive benefits. They work by enhancing protein synthesis in brain regions critical for learning and memory, while also protecting neurons from oxidative damage. Bacopa works through several fascinating pathways. It increases the production and release of acetylcholine, a crucial neurotransmitter for learning and memory. And that gets a lot of purchase for us. The bacosides act as powerful antioxidants, protecting brain cells from damage. It promotes the growth of dendrites and improves synaptic communication between your neurons. Bacopa acts as an adaptogen, helping to reduce cortisol levels and protect against stress-induced cognitive decline. Now, the research on Bacopa is quite impressive. A systematic review published in 2024 analyzing 22 clinical trials found that Bacopa significantly improved memory retention, attention, and learning problems. Studies consistently show improvements in delayed word recall, working memory, and processing speed. It just makes you smarter. But here's where it gets even more interesting, and this leads us to our featured research spotlight. Bacopa and ADHD in children. One of the most compelling recent studies examined Bacopa's effects on children with ADHD symptoms. Published in Phytotherapy Research in 2022, researchers conducted a 14-week randomized, double-blind, placebo-controlled trial with 112 male children aged 6 to 14 years who exhibited inattention and hyperactivity. The results were fascinating. While Bacopa didn't significantly improve behavioral measures like the hyperactivity, it showed remarkable benefits for cognitive function. Children taking Bacopa made fewer errors on cognitive tasks and showed improvement in cognitive flexibility, executive functioning, making better choices, and even sleep quality. What's particularly interesting is that the researchers noted cognitive benefits without the behavioral side effects often seen with traditional ADHD medications. Excellent, isn't it? This suggests Bacopa might be especially valuable for enhancing cognitive performance rather than just managing hyperactive behavior. An earlier open label study with 31 children found that 225 milligrams of Bacopa daily for 6 months reduced ADHD symptoms like restlessness, poor self-control, and inattention in 85% of participants. These studies suggest Bacopa might offer a gentler, more holistic approach to supporting focus and attention in both children and adults. Now, the research typically uses doses anywhere between 300 and 600 milligrams, not grams, of a standardized extract containing 50 to 55% of bacosides. Most studies show benefits emerging around the 4 to 6 week mark. So you need to take it for at least a month to 2 months. Most, if you can do that. Full effects developing over 12 weeks, so about a good 3 months. Bacopa, pretty great, huh? And between 5 and 6-year-old, okay to start, but make sure you're working with a registered herbalist or a holistic health practitioner. Now let's talk a little bit about methylated B vitamins. There's a real molecular foundation here. It's a topic that's revolutionizing how we think about nutritional supplementation and brain health. Methylation is one of the most important biochemical processes in our bodies. It's essentially the transfer of methyl groups, 1 carbon and 3 hydrogen atoms, from one molecule to another. This simple process is crucial for DNA synthesis and repair, neurotransmitter production, serotonin, dopamine, norepinephrine, detoxification, energy production, gene expression regulation, right? So we call this the MTHFR connection. And here's where it gets really personal. Approximately 40 to 60% of the population has genetic variations in the MTHFR gene. Okay, this enzyme is crucial for converting folate into its active form. So if you have MTHFR variations, taking regular folic acid or cyanocobalamin, that's a standard B12, may not be effectively utilized by your body. And this can lead to elevated homocysteine levels, which affects your cardiovascular system, poor neurotransmitter synthesis, which really affects memory, and all the other things that go along with brain function, increases risk of cognitive decline as you get older, mood disorders, fatigue, and brain fog. So this is the active form of folate, right? We call it L5. We call it methylfolate if you want. And so regular folate doesn't work the same way. It's essential for producing serotonin, dopamine, and norepinephrine. And all of those make your brain function correctly. The neurotransmitters that regulate mood, focus, and motivation. Methylcobalamin, this is the active methylated form of B12. And unlike cyanocobalamin, it doesn't require conversion in the liver and can directly support myelin synthesis and neurotransmitter production. This is very important, especially for people who have advanced neurological issues such as MS and Parkinson's, okay? P5P, P5P, the active form of B6, crucial for converting amino acids into neurotransmitters, very important methylated form of pyridoxal P5 phosphate. Riboflavin, P5 phosphate, that's the active form of B2. Okay, this actually supports MTHFR enzyme function, helping people with genetic variations methylate more effectively. A comprehensive review published in Nutrients found that B vitamin supplementation, particularly with methylated forms, showed significant benefits for memory formation and recall, processing speed, executive function, making good choices, mood regulation, attention, and focus. A particularly interesting study published in the Journal of Alternative and Complementary Medicine found that adults taking methylated B vitamins showed improvements in mental health scores, reduced anxiety, and better cognitive performance compared to those taking a standard B vitamin. And for individuals with MTHFR variations, the benefits were even more pronounced, with better absorption and utilization of these crucial water soluble nutrients, which means you need to get those B's in every single day. Absolutely. You cannot skip a day. Okay. Now, the synergistic combination of Bacopa and methylated B vitamins. Oh my goodness, right? So why combine them together? I got so excited. I just lost my ear thing. It's all about addressing brain health from many angles, not just one. Okay, so these are complementary mechanisms. Bacopa works at the structural and functional level, protecting neurons, enhancing those synaptic communications, and improving the hardware of cognition. And then you take the methylated B vitamins, they work at the biochemical level, ensuring optimal neurotransmitter synthesis, energy production, and cellular maintenance. Together, they create this environment where your brain can both protect existing connections and form new ones more effectively. We call that enhanced neuroplasticity. The B vitamins provide the raw materials for the neurotransmitter synthesis, while Bacopa enhances the communication between the neurons. Both compounds help manage stress, but through different pathways. Bacopa acts as an adaptogen, directly reducing cortisol and protecting against stress-induced damage. Methylated B vitamins ensures your body can maintain optimal neurotransmitter levels even under stress. Okay, so there's a practical way to implement all of this. Bacopa Monnieri, we recommend, and often it's suggested 300 to 600 milligrams daily of a standardized extract between 50 and 55% bacosides, and you take that with your food to improve the absorption. And with methylated B complex, look for supplements that have anywhere between 400 to 800 micrograms of L5-MTHF, 500 to 1,000 micrograms of methylcobalamin, 20 to 25 milligrams of P5P, 20 to 25 milligrams of riboflavin 5-phosphate, which is B2. And, you could also find a methylated form of pantothenic acid as well. And they're out there, but we also have them in full script. So take Bacopa with your meals, preferably with something, that has good fats in it, and that will help it absorb better. And B vitamins are best taken in the morning, as they can really get you going and keep you energized, so you don't want to take those at night. Start with lower doses and gradually increase. Be patient, because Bacopa takes up to 12 weeks, so about 3 months before you really, and then all of a sudden it's like all the lights go on. It's pretty remarkable. This combination might be particularly valuable for students and professionals required sustained cognitive performance, individuals with known MTHFR variations, people experiencing brain fog or difficulty concentrating, those looking for natural alternatives to support ADHD symptoms, anyone wanting to optimize long-term brain health. The combination of Bacopa Monnieri and methylated B vitamins represents a sophisticated approach to cognitive enhancement rather than relying on stimulants that can cause crashes and dependency. This combination works with your brain's natural processes to enhance performance sustainably. Bacopa provides the neuroprotective and synaptic enhancement benefits, while methylated B vitamins ensure your brain has the fundamental building blocks it needs to function optimally. Together, they address both the structure and biochemistry of cognitive performance. Now, remember, while these supplements have excellent safety profiles, it's always wise to consult with a healthcare provider, a registered herbalist, a holistic health practitioner, functional medicine doctor, especially if you're taking other medications or have underlying health conditions. It's very, very important. The research is clear. Your brain deserves more than just hope and caffeine and stimulants. Give it the tools it needs to thrive. That's all for today's newsletter. If you found this helpful, please share it with someone who might benefit from optimizing their cognitive performance naturally. And if you want to reach out to me and make a discovery call, please click on the link below and I'll be there.